Horton's show. It was powerful. We kept popping in and out. It was a 3-hour bonanza. It was great. I popped in, I think, the last 20, 30 minutes. Good vibes, good quality. I love stuff like that where there's powerful stories and the content is strong. It was really, really good. And thank you, Happs, for this live streaming. It's healing that we're dealing each and every day here. The world is full of people who live to place judgment. And when people point fingers and make accusations of your character, just know that in that moment, they maybe don't fully see your light. And that's okay. Not everyone is going to fully understand the glory of the man. Everything is alive with divine love on Happs. And it is. That was one of the broadcasts. But Emmy Rich is live right now on Happs as well. I always love to support other people. I would like to take a moment today and thank so many people in my life who have been incredibly generous and kind and been there for me this week. It has been a wild, fun, joyous moment in time, right? We have pockets like that in our life, and sometimes we feel like we're just going uphill. That's all we're doing. We're fighting. We're doing the hustle. We're doing our best. And then other times we surrender and we kind of free fall into life. And life brings us just divine miracles. And I think that's because we are living in a state of grace and goodness, right? We live in that pulse. And that pulse dictates our life and keeps us moving forward. Here's something I'm reading on Twitter right now. You got to be picky about the energy you surround yourself with. It's true. You can take on the energy of other individuals. You have to be careful. And there are emotional vampires everywhere. And I'm not meaning people that test you and make you think outside your box and make you grow. Those are the best kind of people in the world to have in your life, to challenge you. And I have many people like that who try to make me a better human being, and I appreciate you. But I mean those that are really not in your corner, and they're saying horrible things about you behind your back. And if you really were in trouble, they wouldn't be there. Those are the kind of people you have to rid yourself of. And you're an average of the 5 people you hang around most in this life. So hang around people that make you stretch and grow. If you're out there right now, just say hello. I see you. There's 15 of you right now. I'm feeling your vibration. I hope you're feeling loved. I hope you have, moments of clarity this weekend. If you can, put your hand on your heart chakra and just breathe and know that you're safe and you're in a space of love. And just feel that vibration and breathe in and breathe out and let go of all the self-doubt and let go of the worry and the endless chatter in your mind and forgive those who have hurt you and know that you are part of this collective and your life makes a difference. And we are all divine perfection in motion. I hope you felt that. And I'll do that from time to time to get myself centered again, right? And don't forget, if you feel a tug right now to do a broadcast, listen to that tug and do it. And surround yourself with beautiful souls who enhance your life. There is absolutely nothing wrong with letting your soul shine today. But that's a powerful point that it's on Twitter, and it's Sunkissed. We love Sunkissed. That's what it is. At We Love Sunkissed. You've got to be picky about the energy you surround yourself with. Positivity, peace, and people who lift you up. That's true. If you can be around peaceful souls that heighten your vibration and make you feel alive with divine possibilities. And don't think that people don't struggle. Just checking my phone here. So far, I have mixed reviews on this Happs experience. Many people seem to love it. Many people are frustrated with the mobile app. I find that if you're on your computer and you have a good computer, it works out quite well. If you're there, just comment, say hello. I have not received a comment, which is strange, and yet I have 28 people in the room. So if you're out there, just say hello. Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me where you're from. Here in Toronto, the weather is pretty intense. It's cold. I had to bundle up. It was wild. I love this. Energy should not be wasted on those who give your energy no positive return. And it's true. If you're in a room, and that's what the last broadcast was like, we were generating current amongst us. We were circulating it. And it got more and more powerful. And I could feel it. I could feel the waves of energy in the room. And it was phenomenal. And I love being amongst people who have high vibrations and people who have taken the time to do the work, to heal themselves and to see other avenues and opportunities. Like, it takes a brave soul to come on and talk to a camera, knowing there are other individuals on the other side. And sometimes we get lost in the comments. Sometimes we get lost in the moment. And today I want to apologize. When we were in the room, the conversation was amazing. And it was very difficult to focus on the conversation and the comments. We did our best, but sometimes we fall short, right? Oh, this is so true. Before you eat your meal and while you make your meal, send that meal positive energy. Bless that food. Feel that energy, that nourishment come into your body. Like, I've been juicing lately, green juice, carrot juice, beet juice. And I swear, as I drink it, I feel life force come up inside me. And I feel my body tingling at a higher vibration. And I feel it replenishing my soul and healing me. And almost like a blanket of love when you use food as a healer. And unfortunately, I've realized this the wrong way, that most likely if something comes in a box and it has ingredients on the box, and if most of the ingredients that you're reading, you don't recognize the words, these are probably not foods you want to eat. And the life force in that food is almost zero. But if you grind up fresh vegetables, right? And if they were freshly picked, and you put, your beautiful divine energy on that food, and that meal is made with love, you will feel that, right? And take a moment too, that before you eat that food, instead of just rushing it down, be aware of all the taste and the sensations. And I can remember when I was really young and I was going through a rough time. What's your favorite foods? Good morning. It's nice to see a comment there. Thank you. Um, well, when I was growing up, it was French fries and burgers and bacon, and I stayed away from the greens. And I loved pop. And all those foods are most of them garbage and they don't feed you, right? I loved pizza. Who doesn't love cheese and bread, right? But as I became more aware of how food is energy and everything is energy, and for me to maintain my energy, I needed to eat foods that were water rich. And I listened to programs 20 years ago by Anthony Robbins talking about eat food that is alive. And I just didn't. And how different would my life been if I had just dropped meat and dairy and just ate greens? I guarantee you the clarity of my mind now is different. And I think this is out there, and you guys are going to think this is crazy. But if you eat meat and that animal wasn't able to run around and enjoy its time on earth and knew that someday it was going to be slaughtered and saw its brothers and sisters being slaughtered and they were highly stressed, you are going to take on that energy. And that may be why I like fish, because I don't think fish fully understand what's going on, right? But I eat fish and I feel sometimes that I need the protein. But lately I've been doing absolutely no forms of meat except, well, that's a lie. I don't want to lie to you. I would say maybe once or twice a week, I'll have like a tuna sandwich. And when I eat it now, it's weird. It's not the same feeling. I don't have that wellness or that connection with the food that I do when I eat things that are alive. And I'm finding that I'm eating more raw foods. And one of the things with these scopes, right, or these broadcasts is I really never have an agenda. I just go on the flow. I listen to the voices or the nudges that I have within me, and I just kind of go. Fides, what is your favorite food? And in the room, what are you currently grateful for? And what do you feel in this moment you could do some work, some inner housekeeping? Because on every journey, we're going to have a few potholes. And we always have to be aware that we could twist our ankle and fall. And I think the people that really succeed don't take a lot of time thinking about when they fell. They just get themselves back up. And I really want you to know that wherever you are in your life right now, that this is a temporary condition. And even if your life is exquisite and wonderful, and you feel like everything is free flowing and you have divine goodness all around you, there's a very good chance you're going to be challenged and stretched. And that is part of the awakening process. I was in a room today with 4 extraordinary men, including myself, that have vibrant energy. And I found it very strange. We all had near-death experiences. And I think part of the wonderful stretching and awakening is sometimes being in challenging and painful situations. Because if you have no reference to things that are horrible, you don't fully appreciate the light, right? Like we all go through sickness. We all go through heartache. We all have moments of loathing and doubt. And we have to be so careful of the words that we use because words are, guess what? Weapons. They really are. And when I was younger and I would get in a conflict, I would never listen to that person. I just wouldn't. I would react and I would go in a moment of how dare you? You don't know me. And I would play the victim. And today, someone said something horrendous about me, and I was fine with it because I knew it wasn't me. And I knew that if it stewed long enough, they would figure out it wasn't me. But I didn't, feel I had to defend myself. And I really felt like the universe would do that for me. And that if I just let it unfold, it would be fine. And I think what happened is that person recognized something in me that was in this other person who did these horrible things. And no matter how, evolved you think you are, we're all battling, between light and darkness. And in the world right now, there is just so much darkness. I'm just going to take a little drink here for a sec. I can remember when 9/11 happened. And I watched the buildings go down one by one. And I felt my soul just kind of pour out on the ground. And for a moment, I felt so helpless. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing was real. And on some level, collectively, what happened this week was not to that extreme, but it was embarrassing for me to see that happen because I really love my American neighbors. And I feel like this is such a wonderful time for us to work together because we're going through this experiment of COVID, right? And what I would give for the freedoms that I had before. Like I really, really miss driving the elevator. I drove the elevator at this beautiful old building. It's a Masonic building. It's over 100 years old now. The elevator is over 100 years old. It's like a crank style. And I had a rare opportunity every day to heighten the vibration in the people who came in. And even the people that were challenging and sometimes not in the best state of mind, I loved the opportunity to make them reframe that moment and let them know how loved they were by the universe and how exquisite their mind was and how gifted they were and how long it took them to get here and to be present in this moment and know that this took thousands of steps to get here. And don't let, one little mishap or something that irritated you destroy your morning, right? It would be like if you had $1,000 and someone took $10 from you without you knowing, and then you chose not to be grateful for, the $990 you still had. We together in these broadcasts and these chats that we have every morning, we can make a difference in each other's lives just by building the community. And I'm noticing right now that there are some very strange glitches going on within it, and there's new improvements, but people are impatient, and I feel like they're expecting too much of Happs. And we got to remember that it's beta. And I've never been on a format that has been so beautiful in the sense of the fluidity of it here. Okay, so still learning. There we go. So if you look, hi, Chris MGB, or sorry, that's me, MGB. Shout MGB, that's my other, that's my other channel. By the way, Shout MGB means shout many great blessings. And Chris, thank you for being here. And thank you for subscribing. For me, on my spiritual journey, when I needed uplifting or a new way of thinking, I would go on YouTube or I'd see a book somewhere, sometimes used, and I'd read it. And it would be exactly what I needed in that moment. And I love that, I swear that your guardian angels, each and every day, kind of step forward and direct you. Now, it's not a really strong pull, it's a gentle, subtle whisper. Oh, good morning, Heavenly Dew. See, everything is aligned now. We got Heavenly Dew here. I would love for you to come up. I know that our spiritual beliefs are a little different, but that's okay. Let me invite you, okay? Because I don't think I put you in the room today. I did put you in the other day. And it's funny, as soon as she comes in, I can feel the shift in the energy. It's beautiful. Okay. I've invited you. You're in. And I want to say hi to James Ward, a good friend of mine, if he's out there. Hans, if you're out there as well, a very dear friend of mine, who is a prepper who I hope in the future I will spend some time with on this channel, and you guys will love him. Jose, if you're there, buddy, how you doing? If you want to leave a comment, that'd be great. Jose is like my brother from another mother. Colin Porter, how are you today? Thank you. That was so powerful today. Fraser, the man with the golden voice, the grounding force in the universe, thank you for being part of my life as well. You're also invited. And Randy W. Horton, you're also invited, but he just did 3 hours of power on his channel. I'm in my PJs. Okay, well, here's the thing. If you want to come up and you're not camera ready, it's so easy just to have it where I hear you. So in the future, if you're not going, oh, my hair's a mess, the house is a mess, the background's a mess. If you want to just be heard, we can have it where you don't come up, but we have the microphone on and you can chat with us. And we did that yesterday. It was kind of fun. But I'm just going to read something here for you. Bless thy food, serve as fuel to our body, to help others, and to do more good. May it also serve as a humble feast to celebrate little successes and to welcome new forms of energy and friendships. And that's what this is like. This is a meal. It's a spiritual meal. Heavenly Dew is here. No location. Okay. Can you hear me?
My location's not. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to
Yeah, we can
figure
hear.
this out. Okay,
We can hear you. So if
can
you're
you? Am I in the dark? Well,
you
I
are
know my house is dark. Hold
yeah,
on.
yeah, you're in the dark now.
Where's the
Now
switches?
I see an aquarium, I think. I see fish. Is that what you want to have
Yeah,
focus?
I was literally laying in bed watching you, so my house is still dark.
Yeah.
Um.
What did you think when
So.
you were laying down and you were listening to me talk to myself for a while there and sort out
Well,
my thoughts?
actually, I had just logged in. So actually, I'm trying to find a decent place without waking up my house. Hang on a second, but
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Just take your time. There's
I
no
didn't,
hurry.
I didn't want to keep telling you no. So it
Yeah.
is what it is this morning.
Yeah, well, and I find sometimes too, what you have to do is you go with the flow and you surrender, and sometimes great things come out of that, right?
All right.
So we can hear you, or I can beam you up, whatever you want, where they can see you. What would you prefer, and I'll do that.
I'm here.
Okay, that means I'll take that as yes. There we go. All right. So,
Yay.
what are you in your life right now currently grateful for?
I'm always grateful for life. Always. First thing, I'm grateful for. One of my mantras is saying every sunrise is a blessing, which is why I basically broadcast around the sunrise because I just think that often we take life for granted,
We
and,
do.
and life is a gift, not a promise, it's a gift. So I'm always grateful for life.
Yeah. And are you a believer of Jesus? Is that your savior?
I am a believer. I am a believer of Jesus. I don't want to get it confused with Christianity, even though I
Okay.
can, because I can't, you know, I like your Christ, but I don't like your Christians because your Christians don't act like your Christ. Um, that's kind of how I feel about some of us as well. So I try to accept and meet people where they are.
Yeah, that's hard to do though, right? It's hard
It's
to do. It's
it
for
well,
some people it's impossible because for them to feel safe, that person has to be at least at their level.
well, like Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they truly are, believe them. So until they show me something different, it just is what it is. And then I kind of say, okay, everybody's entitled to their opinion as long as it doesn't cause me any physical harm or, harm to my family. It's your world.
The world this week was heavy, um, especially in the States. Seeing what I saw, how did you digest the chaos?
I don't know if I've digested it all. Can't say that I was surprised.
Hmm.
It was shocking, but knowing again, when people show you their true colors, believe them.
Yes.
And this was no surprise. I don't think it's over. I think that was just a little introduction of what, is to come.
Okay. So I just want to unpack what you said there.
Okay.
Okay. And you said, I don't believe that this is over. So do you think, okay, I want to say this in a way that doesn't offend people. So I'm just going to need a moment here to figure this out. Okay. Do you think that this has to happen for the awakening to happen? Or is this just so much fear going on for so long? And they feed the fear. You know that. The networks feed it. They love the drama. They love the ratings. Like, when do we ever focus on really beautiful things, stories? Very rarely. Maybe one story out of 100 that they do is a good feeling story.
Yeah. So the first thing you said, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is does this have to happen? Of course, it doesn't have to happen. It's a choice. We have free will, free reign, and we have the power of choices. It's what we choose to do with those choices. So no, it absolutely does not have to happen. You know,
Hmm.
people are choosing for it to happen.
Frank Rizzo, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. I don't know if you found me on Randy W. Horton's Scope today. We had, I don't know if you watched that or if you were sleeping, but we had four of us in the room and we were actually talking about near death experiences. And it was haunting how similar the feelings were when we all thought at one point we might go, this might be our last breath because we went through a slowing down of time. So I was in a car and the car rolled, and as it rolled, it was really rolling at a rapid speed. But in that moment, it was every second felt like 10 seconds. And I don't know why it did. And then the impact was so insane. I felt like my brain was rattling inside my head. And I remember getting up and dusting myself off from the glass, and I had little fragment cuts because it went into particles. And the guy I was with who rolled the car was crazy. I love him. It's John Gilbert. I hope he watches this someday. And he said, "Oh, let's just tip the car over and drive it home."
I I have a similar story to that.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was driving home from a retreat, a weekend retreat, early one Saturday morning. And I was like, oh, it's been a beautiful weekend. Oh, it's a great morning. And it's all honey and, roses down the highway. And all of a sudden, I'm like, am I spinning?
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm spinning. So my car was literally spinning. I guess I had hit a patch of something that caused it to go into a spiral.
Do you mean like ice, like black ice? Or is that what you mean?
Well,
Or
it was a little rainy. It wasn't, hard rain, more like drizzle. So it could have been,
yeah.
enough oil or debris on the road that caused it in this particular area. But I just remember talking to myself saying, I cannot hit this wall because there is a concrete barrier to my left.
Mm.
And I'm like, if I hit this wall, this thing is going to kill me. So I'm trying to, number one, grasp that I'm spinning and not hit this wall and bring the car somehow to a stop. So when people ask, do I believe in God? I have reasons that I believe in God, and that was one. The car just basically glided itself over to the right hand side of the road, but it hit the side rail over there, and my bumper flew off. Like your
Wow. That's
like
impact. That's
so
impact.
yeah,
Oh
it
my.
was, but like your friend, he said, let's turn the car upside down.
Yeah.
Guess who got out in the middle of the freeway and picked up their bumper?
I think it was you. I think it was you.
And
Yeah.
in the moment that I was picking it up, there was literally a guy in a tow truck looking like, let me stop, let me pull over and
Oh
help this.
wow. So
So
was it all unfolded
it
in a manner that you were
was,
safe? You were
mhm,
feeling safe.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So even in that, you were probably protected by some form of guardian angel. They're watching over us all the time. People
Oh,
don't realize that. And it's not like a big sign. It's a subtle breeze. It's like a little tap on your shoulder. It's the slightest intuition. Like if you meet someone and you go, that person's evil. There's darkness there. And yet you don't listen and you proceed anyways. And then you get upset because they bit your hand or worse, or you fall in love with them and have children with them or whatever the story is, right? But your initial thought was run. You should have run. Um, with you, and I want to share something with you, and I don't know if you know this from just doing the broadcast, but I read energy and I get messages, and every time you've ever come in the room and you've left a message, my heart chakra opened,
oh,
and I was hoping today to meet you, but I wasn't really sure how well this would go, and it's funny because in this moment I feel like I'm seeing an old friend again.
good.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? You don't always have that. Some of the best relationships I have in my life now were painful at the beginning because the people were terribly shy and you had to go through hoops to gain their trust. But once you did, they're insanely loyal. And I've even had this with the show where people are like, "Okay, what's the deal here? What's what's his agenda? What's he really doing? Is this smoke and mirrors? Nobody wants to just be kind. Come on, let's just get to the meat of it." And then, I think some people have been on here for a week and they're like going, yeah, he's not really selling anything. He's not trying to dupe me. He's not. So, and with the energy the way it is now, and I know you feel it, we're in a period of awakening and things are being shook up and truths are being unraveled. Like all the stuff, if you think about all the stuff that has been revealed, right? Or light has been shone at. And I'm just going to not go dark, but Hollywood, all the crazy stuff that was going on in the cast rooms of Hollywood. Why now? That's been going on since the 50s, easily.
Mhm.
So I think we're, and even COVID. Oh yeah, I want to ask you about this. Okay. My guys are asking you to ask them. So do you think COVID has a silver lining or a secret message?
It could be a little of both. A silver lining because, in a sense, it's brought families back together.
Yes.
Um, and message that we need to pay more attention to what's going on in the world around us, but not get consumed on every angle, because I do believe that, I know some people call it a planned demic. I don't believe that. I do believe that it was real in the beginning, because I had a battle, excuse me, and I'm still struggling kind of this week with something.
Mm-hmm.
I had a battle with it myself between February and April.
Yes.
And the message for me was,
Mm-hmm.
make sure that I'm always protecting myself,
Yeah.
because I can't depend on anyone else to protect me the way I need it. So I guess if there is a message for anyone with COVID,
Mm-hmm.
is protect yourself, because by protecting yourself, you automatically and instantaneously protect others.
I'm just going to share something with you, and maybe it will trigger something in you. I got it really bad, and I got it before they thought it was around.
I think we talked about that. Yeah, mine was pre-COVID testing, but hey, Twan. Um,
Yeah.
I I had just come back from Ghana in December of 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the young men that I met over there happened to be an epidemiologist.
Yes.
And when I was explaining to him through WhatsApp
Mm-hmm.
what feeling and going through, he says, have you been anywhere? And I'm like, no, I'm too weak to go anywhere. And he said, stay right where you are. If it isn't COVID, it's definitely SARS, and SARS is still COVID.
Well,
And
they're all related. Like
that's what,
so,
that's what he was saying.
and people forget that in 1917, 1918, they guesstimated that 50 million people died from the Spanish flu.
Mhm.
And one of the funniest things that I heard was they killed all the cats because they thought the cats were the cause. And then they later realized it was the rats and the mice. So they had killed the one thing that was killing the mice and the rats, and it blew up. So I think the first wave of it only killed 10 million people. So Tuan, um, if you'd like to come up, I've invited you as well. Yeah, I feel like he's a good soul. Is he a friend of yours?
I've seen Twan in media, and I was on his broadcast the other morning when he
Hmm.
was, from the White House. See, he says, I'm in bed. See,
Yeah.
let me say this too. One thing about apps, I think the interaction, and the collabs on it, but most of us come from Periscope. So when we did, join someone's live, we didn't have the beauty of, being live. It was audio only.
Right.
Some of the invitations that I have declined because I'm laying in bed enjoying your show. And I think my hubby might be the only one that really wants to see me in bed. It's great to see you too.
But here's the thing, you have the ability here to just listen to the person, because there are many people that do not want their face, right? And I think part of the reason Periscope was so laden with trolls is you could put up any name, you could make up, any identity you wanted. You could change it constantly, and you could go in there and, be a person who was a bit of an idiot, and then just leave, and then go from place to place to place to place. I find with this format, they're really trying to nip that in the bud. But as this grows, and and I know, as when Periscope is no longer an option, we will have hordes of people over here. It will be somewhat organized chaos. Is that a nice way of saying that? Did I say that nicely?
It is. And I'll say this. I have
I,
what we know as trolls, but I have seen, I'll call it creative banter of individuals. They're trolling, but yeah.
I
Okay.
thought we
So
were doing it
I,
by audio.
Yeah. You can be on audio if you want.
Good
We can
morning.
we can hear you. And if you don't want to be seen, that's fine. That's cool too.
I'm just gonna join the conversation, guys. Good morning. Hi, Heavenly.
good morning. Hey, you guys.
Is there any way you can turn your mic up a bit? Do you know how to do that? Or
Yes. Let's see.
okay, because we want to feel the full essence of you.
How about now? Is that better? I got closer to my phone.
Well, that's always better when you get closer.
Hey.
Don't start something you can't finish, Michael.
Yes, yes, yeah. No, hey, no false invitations, my friend. Okay, go ahead.
I'm putting my Bluetooth. 1 second, guys.
Okay. Yeah. But and that's what I love about because my daughter's gone on with me, and she's a person that really enjoys structure, and this is not structure. You have to be good on the fly. You don't know what direction it's going to come from. You don't know what someone's going to be talking about. Like I had someone a couple days ago have a complete meltdown,
Why?
and they were just sad. And the vibration, and you know this, if you raise the vibration in the room, right? The people start to vibrate faster.
Mhm.
So those walls that are holding all that pain and suffering suddenly open. And then you get the dam. And I think he had been holding it for like a year. It's like that saying, don't get the quiet man angry,
Right.
you know, and don't push and don't don't push the kind man. You may not like what you see.
Don't poke the sleeping bear, huh?
Yeah, but I think more and more of us are aware and we have real self-awareness. And I think for the first time, many people are starting to feel pain and address their pain.
I'm
And they
gonna
don't
messy bun. Go ahead. Go ahead.
fix it. Okay. Any secrets there with the do today? Do you know?
Any
You know,
secret?
secrets, to your beauty regimen in the morning is this just,
No. Like I said, I have my pajamas. I am going to be honest and transparent. My pajamas are under this little,
yeah, you just put a sweater on.
I just put a sweater on because you have asked me and I've seen the invitations and I ran in the bathroom and, kind of washed my face
Yeah. Yeah.
and my teeth and I put it up in a bun. I'm like, here I am. So it is what it is
I
because so many of my broadcasts, again, have been sunrises, people on Happs that have seen my face and, what do
yeah.
you I'm not hiding anything. I've always looked like this, but my focus has not been my face. My focus has been bringing people, the sunrise, the sunshine, positive,
Yeah.
inspiration.
Can you promote your channel right now and just tell them where they can find you? And because we're also right now on Facebook, we're also on YouTube, and my outreach is very strange. I have a lot of business people as well. I'm not just the woo master.
Well, I probably should have dressed you guys, but
The
know,
it's funny because one of my pet peeves is if someone's going to go on a broadcast, don't be lying on your bed. Like
yeah.
if you have to go to bed, go to bed. And I remember back in the day when this format was new, right? Like when they had Google Hangouts, and you would hear someone in the background going, and people go, Larry, turn off your phone.
Excuse me.
And that's all you could hear. And back then you didn't have the controls to shut stuff off. And you'd hear people, using the F-bomb, and I would always laugh. And then you'd hear, "Hey, man, oh, sorry, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow." And it would be gone.
Another thing, if I can pick on my own people, I love my sisters. I love us, but
Say that, because I felt that. I
love
love us.
us. But what you probably will never see me. Well, two
Mm-hmm.
things. Probably never see me in a wig because this is my natural hair, and
Yeah.
I whatever it does, it does.
Right.
Probably never see me in one of those big bonnets. I look at a lot of social media and I look at a lot of broadcasting, and a lot of some of us have really great messages, but the message gets lost in this big bonnet. And my question is, why? I mean, I'm old, so is this? Come on,
So
I need
so what is
kind of
old? So what is old to you?
what is old? Oh, a lady never
Well,
tells.
no, but here's what I'm saying. Old is just a belief, right?
I'm old.
It's a
I'm old.
story. It's a story you tell yourself, right?
I'm just saying I'm older than I look, because some people
Well,
may,
that's good. That's
judge.
good, right?
I'm like,
Yeah.
I have I have made some laps around this planet, okay?
I hope you've also made some impact, which I sense, right?
And there's hopefully more to come. And that is, you asked me to promote my channel. I don't do a lot of promoting, but on Periscope again, I was more of a consistent broadcaster than I have been here on,
Hmm.
since Happs is formed. But I'm like, Happs is new. What's the rush? Why am I rushing to stay on 12 hours, 6 hours, hop in every broadcast? That's not what I do. What I like to do is I live near a beautiful little lake, little man-made lake.
Yes.
I love, love, love sunrise. So when I started
Yeah.
out on Periscope, it was just easy for me to broadcast the sunrise and give, positivity and take people on my personal spiritual journeys, which kind of started building up my audience, because sometimes I think we're broadcasting for us personally, hoping that it touches one person,
Yes.
and it ends up, kind of having a snowball effect of many people, which is why,
Yeah.
some people have just tons and tons of followers. I like small groups, that
Yeah.
can get to know you,
Yeah.
build
But you want a quality relationship.
quality over
No fluff. No fluff. Don't bring me the fluff.
it
Bring
doesn't
me
matter. So
bring
I,
yeah, that's what your energy says.
I
I
never,
want I want people who will give me the straight goods. I don't want someone propping me up.
I
If
never,
I've lost my way, please tell me
yeah, I never
in
got
a
to.
nice way.
And the time that I
Hi,
did get,
Dr. John
hi,
from
I'm
Calgary.
full of friends, and now, because of my sunrises and some work that I was doing here in Dallas,
Yes.
I've started what I have named fondly the Do brand. Do are my initials. So I know you guys call me Heavenly, and that rightfully so. But most of Periscope calls me Do. So in making the Do brand, I was able to bring a lot of the peace and the healing that I found in the sunrise to some of my clients that were needing. I kind of want to say what I have, but helping them find their own, great strength within them. So that's what I'm doing now, and some
Yeah.
other in the future. So I think
Is
you guys will be.
is Tuan still here, or did he go to
I,
the Palladian overlords?
I
Are you
see.
still there, buddy?
I see his bubble or his little box.
He might have found greater pastures or greener. Is that what greater, greener? Can you,
Ha! Yes, we
Can
can.
you, can you, It
Yes,
sounds
we.
like can you, Oh, we can hear you. Yes, I didn't know that's what it meant. I thought it was like we're breaking into dance, interpretive dance.
Can you?
Can you,
Uh.
Hey,
Oh, wait, I hear him slightly.
guys, can you hear me now?
No,
No, but it's almost like you're in another realm.
come to the light.
Yes,
Come
yes.
Baby,
to the
come
light.
back.
Requesting quiet.
Baby, come back.
Requesting quiet. Now you're singing. Requesting
Baby,
quiet.
come back.
Any kind of fool could see I was wrong. Oh, yeah.
And
I think he's trying to come back in. He's gonna do the
Hello.
hello.
David, come back. Am I back?
You're back. I like how
That
you
woke
said
me
hello.
up.
Hello, my name is Julio. Okay.
Or Juanito.
Yeah, I know. That's good. What do you think happened there?
I could hear you guys just fine, but you guys couldn't hear me.
No.
I can hear you better now. You're just now beginning to come in clearer to me.
I popped in my AirPods, so that could have been it.
Yes, I guarantee it. That's probably what it is. Is there any
The
way?
Bluetooth.
Yes, it probably took some time to assimilate in the energy field of the universe when you were floating around the Palladian star system with your overlords, right?
It was establishing.
Yes, yeah, you were. They were saying, "Look, don't say anything like you said last time. You gave up too much information." And you went, "Okay,
Exactly.
you're
Exactly.
right."
Remember the whole thing back to people misunderstanding you, Twan. Mislabeling you.
Wow, we're getting
Yeah.
deep here.
Yeah. Hey, you said it first, not me.
Well,
I'm here.
no, but I think I said that only telepathically. How'd you know? He really is a Palladian. There you go. All right. And I'm sending you waves of love right now. Waves of love. There you go. Let's
I accept. My
yeah,
arms are open.
that's good.
Your first name for me. I want to get it right.
Oh, Twan.
You got it
That's what.
right. You were dead on.
Yeah,
Well,
Uh,
I
sure was.
hear people saying 2-1, 2-1, and it's
Yes.
like,
Aw, yeah. Thank you. You pay attention. I truly appreciate that.
so I want to ask you the same question I asked her earlier.
Yes.
I think this is the same question. I've done so many of these lately. It's like an endless loop tape. But okay, here's a question. It may not be what I asked her. In 2020, what new distinction have you made about yourself? What have you learned that you didn't know before? Like a form of clarity. I think that was the scope from yesterday.
I didn't get.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's called 8 o'clock in the morning. All right, keep going, sir. Sorry.
Twan, that's for you.
That's for you, Twan.
Oh, it's marinating.
That's what I thought. He's stewing.
It's exactly.
Let's get our spoon out.
I love it. I love it.
We are.
You guys are stirring the pot. I see y'all. I see you guys. Wow. I mean, there was quite a few things. But one thing, whew, in 2020, damn, where do I start?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot, guys. 2020 was a very, and I am being careful with my words, but it was a heavy year for me. I took on a lot of energy, and I learned, and this actually kind of piggybacks on you, Heavenly. You said, I need to learn to love myself first. That is one thing I did learn in 2020 because I was learning that I was spreading myself thin. It's funny that Michael mentioned, he's like, Twan, people just like depend on you. They come and they just pick up one bucket of energy, and then they come back and pick up 2 buckets of energy from you, and then they love it. And mind you, even one of my exes said he was going through something, he said that he was going through a lot at the time, but he says, Twan, the moment I met you, I sucked you dry and you saved me. I sucked you dry every single time I could. And he said, but you saved me. I'll leave that story for I'll leave it at that. I mean, there's more context to that. But that being said, so reflecting on
You can't do that. What are you doing? That's like it's like, let's go out to dinner. And I'm just gonna have an appetizer, and you enjoy the rest of the meal.
Yeah, because it keeps you coming back for more.
Well, I didn't think we were playing any head games here, though. Right? We're not doing that.
Totally. By the way, I'm totally teasing. It's totally teasing. No, and, I'm actually also learning, you know, what, how far to go. This is my first platform, believe it or not, guys, that I've engaged with an audience. Yes, so engaging with an audience, building that a rapport, like with both of you. Like I know you by name now. I'm able to feel your energy. There
Yes.
was not any platform before I was ever doing this type of work or content.
Yes.
It was a general reporter. I worked for my publication. I published my story, and then I moved on. So,
So,
going back to
when
your
I
comment,
read you in that, I just want to
oh, go
ask you a
ahead.
question because my guides are asking me. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but when they ask, I ask. When I did that, I didn't violate your space, did I?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Because I would have drew the line.
Oh, good. I like that. I love relationships where people will set boundaries. What I've done is we don't have you here, but I feel like you do shadow work. So if we have here, we have light and dark in the shadows here. That's you right now. So, you know, shining light through even the darkest days. There you are.
Aw, aw, I love that. Well done there. That was dope. Thank you.
Where's my mic?
Look at that.
There you go. Okay, we just dropped it. We dropped it. We dropped the mic. I'm not dropping my mic. It's too expensive. There you go.
But I'm going back to your question. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go. This is your time. You shine.
Now, I was going to ask, what about you? I know you talk to a lot of people, and I'm getting to meet people on Happs that I didn't, run across, or perhaps I saw them and didn't follow their channels on Periscope. Tell me about Michael. What brought you to do what it is that you do?
You just let him weasel out. We're getting into some juice there. Hey, are you two like messaging each other? I need a rope. Send me a rope, brother.
No,
send me a lifeline.
Getting to know one another, because I'm not going to be one to jump in everyone's broadcast, because
you two are closer than I know. I can tell right now.
No, well, that's good.
If I rub my ear like this, tell Michael that there are aliens in his shoes right now, and they're nibbling on his toes. Yes. If I do this, this means I'm uncomfortable, and you pretend that you're fading out. I can't hear you. I must go. Goodbye.
Are you catching this, Heavenly Girl? Are you catching this?
I want his answer. We got no answer there. I got an appetizer. Come on.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want me? Okay, here. And I'll make it easy for you. I'll do a 30-second me, and then you'll feel like, here you go. I was going to say something else, and I'm so glad I didn't. Okay. Okay, so good. It's all right. It's just us for a sec. All right. So this is good. I like this better. This is good. All right. Here we go. You and me. All right. Here we go. I realized for the first time how much I really loved my life. Because when it was taken away from me, I realized how much I enjoyed the connections, especially at work. And even the connections that were challenging and where people were grumpy. Because I told you, I drove this elevator. But to me, it was just an avenue for me to use my skill sets in a way and to shine light, every day. And I love that. And I remember, because I would open the door and let people in. And we have some crazy, brilliant people who work at the company I work at. And I would wave at them. And sometimes they would be really grumpy, and it'd be at the stoplight. And individuals I didn't know would wave back to me. And the person I'm waving to is not waving back to me, but 3 other individuals are like, "Oh, look at that strange old man. Huh? Hi.
Right.
How are you?" And the guy I'm waving to is like, "Oh God, not Michael again. Oh my God. Help me, Lord."
Well, you got to make them feel uncomfortable for Michael.
So, what distinction did you make this year? You said it was tough, and I felt that. I really felt like you had been stretched and tested, and your heart had been hurt, and people had said things that were untrue, and you had to digest those things. Any of that true to you? Does that resonate?
I mean, and not only that, I'm a frontline journalist, so and I made that transition full time right after George Floyd. My original background is human resources. I was a VP for Robert Half International, #1 staffing firm in the world. And I mean, I was 21 years old, running the strategic accounts division, and so my background is very corporate. That was my background for the last 8.5 years to be exact on that number. But the moment I saw the George Floyd 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Wow, right?
They activated me. I was activated, Michael. I got activated on May 25th,
Okay,
2020.
You got to remember, not everybody is going to understand that language. Okay,
okay, fair. Okay. How do I explain it? Help me.
Sir, did you activate your TD account? I did.
Oh, my BMO account.
And it's like, what the hell has this got to do with banking? And what are those guys on?
Right?
So explain activated.
Yes. I was able to resonate with my purpose and calling. That's maybe the best way I can explain it. I apologize for those that are listening that maybe that's not, they don't understand that. I don't know.
Did you go through a moment of enough is enough, shit, or get off the pot?
Yes.
Stop being in fear, move forward. It is your time to shine. Yes, we love you, Heavenly Do. They're good. She's been all patient there. I feel
hey, she's back.
Yeah. It's like Ellen. We have the green room. Hello. Poor Ellen this year. Oh my God, she was raked over the coals.
Oh yes, she was. They came for her.
Okay, so we're not activating an account. And for those who don't understand the light language, he felt a nudge or a pull, or he was deeply motivated or aggravated to the point of, I have to do something. I can't sit and get beaten anymore. Is that good?
On point.
Some points, okay. Did I go too far? I've been known to
do that. I said on point.
Oh, on point. I thought you said some points, Michael.
No, not yet.
And listen, if you need to activate your account at TD, we will have a link at the end of the video. Please, for shopping at TD Bank. Please, and be a sponsor for all of us and send us boatloads of money. Thank you.
And a cute debit card, custom debit card.
Yes, with unlimited spending that we never have to pay back. Never have to pay back. Maybe next life. Oh, I think we have Tony the Tiger in the scope right now. It's great. Do that again, sir.
But yes, so May 25th, and it's funny too because that's the day that my father that's my dad's birthday. So there's a lot of synchronicities there on that day.
So was your dad an Aries or a Taurus?
Taurus, like me.
I'm a Taurus too. I'm April 24th.
May 2nd.
We're full of bull.
Oh.
We are. I was so in love with an Aries when I was younger. And I went to this spiritual advisor type of lady, and she goes, Aries have a way about them, Michael. Their own way. She's going to eat you alive.
Damn, that's the truth.
Yeah. So, Heavenly Do. We got him to share a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like I got a baked potato.
My God.
I got a side. And now we're working towards like maybe the full meal deal, but we're not at Taco Bell. We're not at we're doing quality here, right? And like we said, we want quantity. No, we want quality. We want something. And if you want to activate your account, no, sorry, okay, keep going.
And that, again, it goes back to accepting people where they are. The fact that he feels comfortable enough to even share just this small piece of himself, I still say that's a gift for us. So thank you.
Aww.
But it says a lot about the energy in the room. This is a safe space, and we're holding space.
Yes.
See, and when I say things like holding space, I think some people think he's in outer space.
Yeah. So today he's like, a little drip, on the faucet. He comes back later, he's a whole waterfall. So just give him time.
It's funny you say that, because I've had people come on and they were calm the first couple times, and then we triggered them and the dam broke. And then then what do? You're like, we're live. And and Randy and I were in one thing, and I can see Randy looking at me like, oh God, what have we done?
He's gonna do it. Yeah, you guys, or you did it.
Oh no, and he was so sweet in the moment with the person. He was like just the most loving individual in that moment. And I was like, oh, unbelievable. Good. And I didn't know what to say. I was just, so I'm like, we'll support you. We'll help advertise. Well, I'm doing anything I can. I'm, and I'm all about supporting someone's brand. So, and I really feel like if you like, I'll support whatever you're doing as well. And I can activate little pictures in here in my scopes every day if you'd like. And, but we never know our outreach, right? And right now I'm having problems talking because the vibration in here is so high. I can feel like we're doing this. Earlier we were doing this. Trying to stir the pot, and it was more like pudding. We're trying, see what get him to say something, and where now I'm feeling the vibrations of all three of us, and my heart chakra is just doing this, and I'm like, and I think that's what I'm addicted to now, is that connection. And I forget about the comments, and I know people are like, please, sir, get off the opiates. Stay away from stay away from the modeling glue. And I'm sorry your mother dropped you on your head a few times.
Well, let me go back to the person that you said, the dam broke open. I would probably, my question to them would have been, what triggered you? That's the type of helpful person I am. I want to know what caused this outburst, this reaction, this.
I am so glad you weren't in the room, because he was ready to go crazy.
Oh boy!
And this is, and I want to respect that person, because what happens is you get in these things, and you forget where you are, and you forget people can watch this, and once it's on the net, it's out there forever. So imagine they make a meme, and he's crying like crazy, and he's like. And then it becomes this meme all over the place. like they did that to one of the housewives. I've seen this thing where she blew up once.
Oof.
And I've seen it now for 5 years, and they have cats, and they add things to it, and they put, the most despicable things under it. And I always try to come from, okay, how would I want to be treated in this situation? Now, if I was off air, oh yeah. You and I could dig deep and try.
Yeah.
But even then, you got to be careful. And I think all of us know that, right? Especially, it's a slippery slope trying to help people. It really is.
Yeah. Well, I love kind of the underdog, the complicated, the one with, a troubled past, or the one that is deep in fear. But like right now I'm working with a talented artist that was just stifled in fear and childhood wounds, and the magnitude from where he is now to where he was is, it's incredible. So I'm that kind of person that takes on those those hard cases, those hard projects, and I love seeing people transform. So that's
even the birds are feeling the energy.
You hear them.
And they're like, I only have a potato. I only have an appetizer. What are you guys doing? Who cares that the guy had a meltdown? We were so close.
Now they're quiet.
See, now they're quiet.
No, they're not. It's my female. So that Yaya say, cover me. It's morning, uncover me, so that she hears me talking. So she knows mama's up.
Well, she wants mama's love, right?
She
Right?
got it.
She wants mama's love. She wants the nurturance. Animals are, I thought about this the other day and it made me so sad. Imagine this planet without dogs and cats and pets. How many people would not be able to cope and take their lives? Like for some people, their whole world, especially elderly, is their dog. And then when their dog dies, they're done. They're devastated. It might as well have been their husband. In fact, they might have a greater connection with the dog than the husband. Yeah. Oh, you like that? She liked that. She like, yeah. No, but
It's just interesting expression.
no, but I believe that sometimes the funniest things are the most true.
I'm easily amused as well, so
Likewise.
I laugh a lot.
That's good. That's living in the gap, the spontaneity of the moment, right? Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up soon. We're at 11:11. Look at that. The angels are speaking to us, right? I really feel like this happened for a reason. I feel like we're in this space together right now. So if each of you could just give like a little antidote of hope to the people who will be watching the replay, because the replays on these are insane. It blows my mind. Like the other day, I had 300 people in the room, and several days later, it was 2,000. That would never happen on Periscope.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people getting up and going, I want to go watch that man, you know, and his, I was going to say something else. Someone came in, I got to say this, I'm sorry. They go, I'm not really into that voodoo, hoodoo, shoodoo, but I like you.
See, I'm not either, but I understand that even as a kid, I had this ability to feel people's energy. And kind of, I won't say mind reading, but I'll tell you the story. I basically heard my grandmother calling out for help 2 blocks away while I was sleeping. And when I got to her house, she had fallen between the toilet and the bathtub and subsequently died 2 days later. And that happened, many times. And then someone identified me as an empath. And I'm like, what'd you call me? What'd you call me? So I had to go study, and I'm like, yeah.
So what'd you say? What'd you say, sucker?
What'd you say?
What'd you say? You calling me?
Empanada? No, I know
I'm
that.
an empath.
Empanada.
But
Damn fighting words. No, it's a compliment. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would scrap with you, but I had to learn to accept all of me.
Oh, I love that. Say that again.
I had to learn to accept all of me, and that's, flaws and all. And I've kind of gotten in trouble with, my Christian friends because I yoga. I do, I am attracted to, I guess, like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that energy transfers. So if we believe that energy transfers, why wouldn't we all be sitting here right now?
Yeah, but it's all frequency.
Exactly.
Like Nikola Tesla talked about energy and frequency, and he said that 369, if you knew all of the power between those numbers, you could unravel the mysteries in the universe. I think that's close.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think right here, right now, we definitely got some 369 going on. Now, I'm hoping the next time we get together, the meal will be more complete.
Organized.
The meal will be complete. We'll be activating more than a bank account. But I think we were activating different types of energies in here. Mm-hmm. And I really love the opening of my heart chakra. And anybody who doesn't know what that is, just look it up. I want you both to just a quick spiel of inspiration for someone. 30 seconds of whatever, and then we'll end it.
Ladies first.
Oh, well played. Well played.
Okay. A quick spill of inspiration. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Period.
Perfect. Your turn. Come on, Mr. Half Meal. Let's go.
During these times where you're questioning yourself, that's okay. It's okay to question yourself. Stay true, and remember, you still got to take the chance to be vulnerable. And that's something I learned in 2020. No matter how many people have hurt me, in order to find that love of friendship or love of family or love of partnership, you got to be vulnerable, even though unfortunately those in the past have wronged you.
That's beautiful, man. That was good. I felt that. For me, I'm just going to talk about freedom for a second. All universal truths. I'm so sorry. What? Oh, it's just okay. Oh, I misread that. Thank God. Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
So freedom for me is the most important thing. And the freedom of choice, the freedom to live my life without judgment, the freedom to be open to sharing my true essence with other people, and the freedom to know that I'm imperfect and I'm ever evolving and hoping to be the best version of myself each day, and trying to shine light sometimes in the darkest places. And like you said about the vulnerability part, you got to be brave to put yourself out here. This is like being on, the high wire. Like we're all, somewhere down the road. And I get it all the time. People will mimic me and they'll use my sayings and they'll use them on me. And I'm like, you're doing me on me.
Yeah.
Right. So then they activate, we'll use that word again. They'll activate the less refined Michael, the one that's the child that felt unheard, or the child that's still hurting. And unless you deal with those old pains, those old battle scars, you carry them with you like luggage everywhere you go. And then you go into these relationships, right? Be it with a significant other, and you don't fully give yourself because you're not in a place to give, because you're already carrying so much. So lighten the load here when you're here, and know that you're in a safe place, and there are people here that are floating amongst the stars and the higher vibrations, and know that on the deepest level, the universe loves your divine perfection. Thank you so much, everybody. And I really, really enjoyed the show today. Thank you so much. Take care. And guys, you can stay on. We can talk after. Just going to end the broadcast. Bye.
All right.